Well, hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well, and I sincerely mean that with all the storms that came through the last couple of days. Hopefully, you have power. I guess if you don't, you're not watching this. But either way, hope that you are well. It is July 6th, and I just read it. This is a pretty good one. John 15:7. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, you may ask for anything you want and it will be granted. That's a pretty challenging verse. All right, here we go. Two single people make decisions and go in directions independently of each other. They may operate on certain endeavors for specific seasons, may cooperate, I should say, on certain endeavors for specific seasons, but they don't need to synchronize their lives permanently. They are unconnected entities. They act individually. Married couples, however, have to be on the same page to function well. They need to make decisions together to have the same vision, work toward the same goals, dream the same dreams. The more that happens, the more satisfying the relationship is. Jesus binds us to himself in a permanent relationship. And for it to function well, we have to have the same agenda he has. I underline that. It's key. All right. When we're operating on our own agendas or focusing on the microscopic details of our lives, our prayer lives can become pretty frustrating. But when we work toward the same goals and dream his dreams, we see him respond. It isn't that he doesn't care about what's on our hearts. He absolutely does, and very often answers our personal prayers. But he does that much more often when his agenda becomes our priority. Agenda and priorities are key words. All right. When we lift up our eyes to see the big picture in his heart, he looks much more favorably at the pictures in our hearts. When we take up his desires, he takes up ours. This is why fellowship with him matters. Soaking in his presence shapes your heart with his desires and brings you in line with his purposes. I underline that, so I'm going to read it again. Soaking, or say enjoying his presence, seeking his presence, shapes your heart with his desires and brings you in line with his purposes. When that happens, you can ask for anything you want and it will be answered. A spirit synchronized with Jesus, joined to him, and saturated in his words, finds him rising up on its behalf. All right, I like it. All right, here we go. The prayer. Jesus, the closer I get to you, the more our desires blend. So bring me close. Surround me with your presence and impart your heart to me. Then hear me when I pray my heart out. All right, I like this one. Thanks so much. Take care. God bless. Have a great day. Bye.